top 25 clash in the early season as both of these programs try to make an early statement and build that resume. Welcome to the home of the Florida State Seminoles, Doak Campbell Stadium in Tallahassee. As we'll see the runner-up from last year's national championship, the Georgia Bulldogs, taking on the 13th ranked team in the land, the Florida State Seminoles. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. And guys, can't wait to get this one started. And the Bulldogs ready to get this thing started and open the season. And as the ball makes its way into the end zone, it'll be a touchback. They'll bring it out to the 25. They'll go to the ground. And he's down at the 41. That's a first down.
It's just not easy to bring this guy down, is it? He is so dangerous once he gets the ball in his hands. And it makes me think back to old great Seminole running backs like Warwick Dunn, Travis Minor, a guy that I used to play against. How about Dalvin Cook even? Just guys that could make the first guy miss, and then they were able to just explode and burst and take it the distance. This guy right here, he is a unique talent.
Right back to the well. And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it.
Love the job by the defense here with their eye discipline. That's an RPO. It can be tricky to locate the football, but they found the running back quickly. Those linebackers and DBs really came screaming down to the line of scrimmage to make that stop.
The Seminoles trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. Under fire. Grabbed behind the line. It's Perry. Didn't have much room to run and not a whole lot of help. Short gain there and still plenty of ground to cover for the first down.
Those screen plays, you really want to sell it, get it to your running back, and get him to the second level. Get him running full head of steam on a safety, on a linebacker. He almost got going, but just got tackled before he could really do any damage.
Let's see what they find in the playbook for 3rd and long from the 43. Dropping back, it's Dyer. With the catch, it's Singleton. That's not quite going to be enough as they stop him 4 yards short of the marker. Quarterback adjusting the pattern. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. And they can't connect. A costly turnover on downs. This is the kind of game, a top 25 matchup in the early season, that you look for when you're trying to build your resume.
Yeah, these are so fun because as a player you kind of get bored if you don't get challenged, but when you got an early season challenge like this, all the adrenaline, all the juice, Palmer, you're ready to rock and roll.
I love this. We've had this game circled for a long time because we learn a lot in these types of games. What are these teams about? Which conferences are better? You're going to get a lot of answers today.
Try to get it to the edge. Running to Green. They'll rip off 8 on that play. It's 2nd and 2.
It's got to feel good as an offense knowing that early in the drive you can turn around, hand it off, get a push up front, go get positive yardage.
This crowd full throat, spreading the eardrums and letting them know it's going to be a long day. Trying to escape and get it himself. Breaks into the open. He's finally stopped, but not before he takes it into the red zone. They'll mark it at the 18.
It's just so hard to stop. There is no rhyme. There is no reason. He just scrambles around, makes people miss, and the next thing you know, you look up and he's 20, 30 yards down the field, and there's nothing you can do about it.
Now adjusting. Fires downfield. Touchdown, Georgia! They grab the early lead. They strike first, and that opening drive of the season could not have gone better. Setting up for the extra point after the first score of the game.
And that is the first passing touchdown, first of many of the season for this offense. Nice drive by the offense. Way to finish it, take care of the football, make some plays in the passing game. This offense looks like they're going to be a really hard one to stop.
And there will be no return on. As the ball bounds into the end zone. Okay, guys, the Florida State offense returns to the field. We'll see if that failed fourth down in their own end last time, David, sort of curbed some of the aggressiveness.
Well, you hear about it all the time in football. Go for it. Be aggressive. The problem is when you get stopped, sometimes it puts you in a hole. And Jesse, now the offense has to come out and respond.
They were real disappointed not getting that first down. You could see it on the sideline. So let's just see if that's kind of galvanized them a little bit here to go make a statement and get some points.
Let's take a second here to talk about Florida State. You start the season top 25. Clearly expectations are flying your way, but with that might come some roadblocks.
Well, I think you got to take every week and every opponent one at a time. The number beside your name doesn't matter right now. The number matters late in the season. So you want to start the season fast. You want to be gelling on offense and on defense. I think that's the challenge early.
Absolutely. Figuring out who you are. Obviously some talented pieces, well thought of in the top 25, but a lot of season to go out and prove it. Day one, game one. Make that first impression.
Moves away as he feels pressure. There he goes. He goes out of bounds right at the 10-yard line, and the offense can smell the touchdown from here.
Sometimes these guys just have eyes in the back of their head. You saw it right there. He was able to buy himself time, get outside the pocket, and at that point, I think the decision was pretty easy. Hey, I can go get this with my feet. He was able to do that. Now they got a fresh set of downs.
Looking for a man. It's Dyer. Here's the pressure. Hit hard as he released the ball on that first down pass, and it never had a chance.
And I think on that last play, that's an example of the quarterback trying to predetermine who he wants to throw to, and instead of letting the defense dictate who gets the ball. Man coverage, that guy was not open that time out on the perimeter of the field. Still, he gave him a chance, but that thing had incompletion written all over it from the moment the ball left his hand.
They'll run it from the gun. He'll be hauled down just inside the 10 at the 9 as they're trying to turn this into a score. Guys, let's look big picture at Florida State. They had no choice but to go into the portal. They had to replenish all of those guys that they lost, and you have to hope that some of these guys will come in day one and make an impact. But is that realistic, David?
Yeah, you're optimistic with the portal because here's the thing. These guys you've seen play in other systems with other teams. You kind of know their personality, and you especially know how they're going to look on the field. So, Jesse, that's why they went deep in the portal.
Yeah, and I think the biggest question then for these guys coming in is how quickly can they gel? The chemistry in the locker room is so important. It's hard to find that in one offseason, bringing all these guys in, but they feel like they've got a really good group via the portal.
Gets drilled as he releases it. The ball just trickles to the ground.
Love the coverage on defense there. Fourth down. They were ready for the pass, and you saw in the back end, great job being in position to make that play, and now their offense is coming on the field.
And Georgia ready to go back to work on offense. Already a solid start to this one. Now back to work with this 7-0 lead. Give to the running back. And he can't get past the 2-yard line, but at least they avoided going backwards.
Defense is about firing off, hitting the offensive guys, and staying in your gaps. Everybody knowing where they're supposed to be. You could tell the defense, everyone was right where they're supposed to be, nowhere to run.
Listen to this crowd just shaking the girders of this place, trying to help their defense. From his end zone, looking to throw, got to take care of the ball. Caught over the middle, it's White. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few.
Well, the defense playing zone coverage there. They're taking away all of the QB's primary options down the field, so he has to check it down to the drag running underneath.
And this is going to be incomplete on third.
Well, after giving up that touchdown on the opening drive, they had a little bit of a come to Jesus with their defensive coordinator on the sideline. I don't know what he said, but he, I think, just invoked the fear of God into this defense, because this 3 and out has been sensational, dominant. This is the way they've got to play moving forward.
Guys, here comes the Florida State offense onto the field. On that last drive, 4th and goal didn't exactly work out. They really need to pay it off this time, Jesse.
And they were so anxious and eager to get back on the field. They know they left points on the board. They let that one get away from them. They look like they are pumped up and ready to go here, Doug.
And listen, it was a good drive, so you got to remember that. But they got to realize, I got to get points. When I get in those areas, I got to capitalize. And they wanted a touchdown last time. This drive, they can go make it happen.
That is a big win for this defense, as they were right there as soon as he got the ball. They've got to come up with a big play on this 3rd and long. Making side adjustments here. On 3rd and long, you'll have to turn it loose deep. Finds a man on the left. He's all the way down to the 27-yard line, and they are threatening. This dude is just exceptional in every facet. So fluid, such a great route runner, and a big play there.
And money down, 3rd down, find him. I mean, you want to find that matchup because he's going to win. And gets a good release, gets down the field. You see that's your playmaker, that's your guy. Get it to him, get the 1st down.
The Seminoles have it with a 1st and 10. Back to throw, it's Dyer. Just a short pass to the tight end. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there. Still a bit short of the 1st down.
That's a great example of the defense there tackling the catch. As soon as the big fella caught the ball, down he went, not picking up the 1st.
Second down coming up. He's got it on the right. That one takes it down to the 13-yard line.
Now, you've seen the evolution of these slot receivers. They're just matchup nightmares. They're hard to get your hand on. A lot of times, they're off the football. You can't jam them. These guys are so productive, and offenses really feature their best players most time in those slot positions.
Going to work on 2nd down in the red zone, is still some ground to cover to pick up that 1st down. Quick pass on the jet motion. He is stopped behind the line of scrimmage. They'll lose yards on that one.
I like offenses being creative. I'm not sure if that was the best place to call that play. I think this offense needs to think about just doing things a little bit more by the book. They've got a lot of good playmakers. You don't have to reinvent the wheel this early in the game.
It'll be 3rd and long. Motion from the wideout. They'll run play action. And here's a fumble way behind the line. Defense picks it up. He almost popped out of there for a huge return, but they will take it. They are in business after the fumble recovery.
Well, you got to know as a quarterback, when you're in an empty set, which means you have no running backs in the backfield with you, you got to be able to get rid of the football. And you're expecting pressure. The clock's going to go off in your head. Not a good job of keeping 2 hands on the football, and the defense able to knock it loose.
Opening snap of this drive comes from the 31-yard line. They'll run the option. Oh, he's got some space. And they'll get enough for the 1st down, and that's how things will come to a close here in the 1st quarter. We're through one period, and these receivers are showing out big time. Take a look at the stats. They've got a 1st down here to open the period. Trying to get the corner. Stop behind the line. He'll lose a yard.
they're trying to run the football. There's just nowhere to go for the ball carrier inside. He tried to bounce it to the outside. That linebacker way too fast. He met him there and forced the TFL.
The Bulldogs with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. Back to pass. And he really needed to hold on to that one, but it was not loose, and third down is coming.
Not many receivers like to get hit. They just don't, okay? They're prima donnas. That's what they are. That's who they are. Nice job by the defender. You could tell he was catching the football. He was going to put a hit on him to make sure he had to think about something later, and you could see the ball pop out and fall to the ground.
On third and long, try to convert through the air. It's complete on the right side. Gets away for one. Finds some space. They're ripping off chunks of yardage. They get it to the 33.
One of the things I love about this wide receiver, it's not all bombs and posts and go routes. Third and long, you just kind of run him not too far down the field. He makes the catch, and he's so dangerous, making moves, using his speed and elusiveness. He finds a way to get that first down and keep the offense on the field.
And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf.
I don't know about the decision that time by the quarterback. He may have been expecting man coverage, but that time the defense was in zone, and they did a really nice job closing the window. The intended target was not open, and that's why that one fell incomplete.
They're dealing with a second and long. Oh, he's got a chance. Gets it inside the 30, down to the 27, a pickup of 6.
A lot of times defenses blitz to stop the run. This very play right here, blitz the linebacker, but man, the offense did a great job. Everybody understood what they saw. Running back understood. Pick up a nice positive gain when they were trying to get a blitz and maybe create a tackle for a loss.
They're bringing the chop. They're bringing the noise on third down at the dome. From the gun, wants to pass. Got it in the middle, it's Taylor. Picks up enough to give them first and 10 from the 11. These two guys, just on the same wavelength, they make clutch connections all the time.
And that's practice, man. That's all summer. That's all spring. Just so many hundreds and thousands of balls where you know exactly when that guy's going to break. You know he's a stud. You're going to feed him, especially on these third down situations.
Second down coming up on this red zone opportunity. Here he goes breaking the pocket. He'll be stopped just short of the end zone, but they'll have it first and goal.
Well, he does a really nice job buying time, and I love the awareness there. Understanding no one's open downfield, knowing where the sticks are, and he's able to use his athleticism to get that first down.
Touchdown, Bulldogs! How about this back staying on track and getting it in on the option?
Yeah, and now this offense building that lead. It's still the first half, but I'll tell you what, shown some glimpses of why they could become a really, really good offense. Listen, you go into halftime, more of the same, right? Continue to do what you're doing, take care of the football. This offense has looked really good in the first half.
He wisely lets that one bounce through the back of the end zone, and they'll take over at the 25. The Seminoles have it back. They'll try to get that offensive spear flaming. This is when the pressure can ramp up a little bit on an offense, David, when they start feeling the heat to answer a score.
And I think being down 14, you can kind of feel that way. But, dude, if you put a good drive together, this is a 7-point game. So, Palmer, no need to panic.
I was just going to say, David, I mean, this thing can flip quick. You go down, score, all of a sudden your defense gets a stop, or who knows, better yet, gets a turnover. This game is entirely different.
They'll snap it on first down from the 35. To the air, it's Dyer. And as he throws, those two not on the same page. It's incomplete.
The offense just has not been able to find a way to get their rhythm going here in the first half. We just haven't seen it in the passing game. That was a really good example of it again. If they're going to score more points in the second half, they've got to make some adjustments here at halftime.
Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on second down. Makes the grab. It's Jacobs. And they pick up just a few on that completion.
This quarterback right now is in a groove, and he's doing a nice job in pre-snap. He's reading the coverage, and he's getting an idea of where he wants to go with the football. That's why the ball's coming out of his hands so quickly, and that's why he seems like he's in a great rhythm right now.
They'll get the first down. It's spotted on the 49. The Seminoles are moving quickly down the field. Looking downfield on first down. They've got the screen set up. And it's pretty obvious there was a big hole in that screen, and the defense ran right through it.
Well, they're trying to set up the screen pass to the running back, just nowhere to go after he caught the football. The defense completely swarmed around him, and that's a loss.
And the Seminoles have put themselves in dire straits after that last play. It's 2nd and a mile. Wants to adjust the pattern. To the air on 2nd down. Throws for the tight end. Intercepted. Big play stops the drive. He goes down after the short return, but what a play to get the football back. No reason to be in a big rush. They have some time here late in the half. Toss sweep right. And some room to work. Turning it on. And they get him out of bounds after an explosive run, just chewing up yardage along the way. He's now up to 71 yards on the ground. A very productive first half here in the season opener. The Dogs, after exploding for that huge run, back to work. He pushes his way down to the 4 as they get closer and closer. Second and goal for this offense. Looking to fire. Wide out trying to get it in. And he's going to score. Touchdown, Dogs!
Man, I've been really impressed with this offense this first half. Coming in a hostile environment, hostile crowd. Man, they haven't given them anything to cheer about. Offense, defense, now up 20-0, and these people are eerily quiet in here.
They're getting set to kick it away, and that last score took a little oomph out of this crowd. Not going to get a return here. They'll bring it out to the 25 as the kickoff sails through the back of the end zone. They take over late in the half, enough time to put together a drive. Quarterback may change this route. Looking downfield, it's Dyer. Quarterback just flat missed it. Incomplete.
Give me that. Give me that. Who are Kierman, Pierce? So fine. Yeah, fine. Okay. Okay. What's his name?
At this point, trailing by a lot, the defense is expecting you to throw it. If you're going to throw over the middle of the field, the window's going to open and close quickly. You've got to have better timing to complete that throw. They just didn't have it there.
Trying to beat the D deep. And his first pass is incomplete. It's tough to come in and fire one early.
It just looks to me like the offense is starting to get a little bit impatient, right, guys? They haven't scored in this game yet, and all of a sudden now they're taking shots down the field and they're trying to make it happen. But the defense, they have been lights out. They force another incompletion.
Probably the toughest call on the play sheet. 3rd and long. Ball's at the 25. From the gun, wants to pass. Unloads to the wideout. That's caught. It's Singleton.
Wow, they've been waiting for that play, right? They haven't been throwing it a lot. They've been real sluggish. They've got no points on the scoreboard. And now they come up with an explosive play in the passing game to get them in a position to score some points here, hopefully a touchdown, before this first half closes out.
And the Noles getting set on 1st and 10. Bring in the heat. Nowhere to go with the ball, and down he goes at the 39.
And it's amazing that they're only trailing by a couple of points in this game because they've turned it over a couple times and they've been sacked a couple times right now. They have no rhythm on offense right now. You have got to give the defense tons of credit. They are dominating in the trenches. That's the big story so far.
Throws to the wideout. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge game if he could have held on.
And that's a really good job by this defense being dialed in. You got a big lead. You know exactly what's coming. This offense is going to have to make some explosive plays down the field. They were ready, they were disciplined, and made a good play on the football.
On 3rd and long, doesn't need to take the check down. Just too much heat that time, and they knock him down at the 31.
You got to be impressed with this defense early in this game, guys. They've got a big lead because they are getting after the quarterback. They've already generated multiple sacks. They thought coming into this game they could take advantage of this offensive line, and that game plan is working to perfection.
Kick is in the air. He'll field the punt and try to get some yardage. He only needs a sliver of daylight. Found a little running room on that one. Picked up some nice blocks before he's run out of bounds. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. Offense in a bunch formation. He wastes no time and comes out throwing. The short hands, it's Norton. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker. The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half. After that last completion, it's 2nd down. Wants to go up top. Makes the catch. It's Norton. And he's got enough for the first down. They'll mark it at the 34. The clock will stop with this timeout from the offense. They'll get a chance to regroup on the sideline. Lining up from the 34 on 1st down. To the air on 1st down. Fires to the wideout. On target to the left. And a big gain there. He's knocked down immediately at the 45. The offense will quickly use a timeout. They've crossed midfield at the 45 with a 1st and 10. Wants to go up top on 1st down. He tries to take the top off. Snags it inside the 20. Perhaps a touchdown-saving tackle at the 17.
Man, this offense is so dangerous, Reese. They've got dudes all over the field that can make plays. There's a big gainer in the pass game.
You get a chunk of yards like that, now the defense is really on its heels. Incomplete. He had to get rid of it before he wanted to. The defense put the heat on.
Man, it's easy to play defense when you can do this. When you can get to the quarterback quick and make him make a decision quick, it makes it easier for the secondary, for the linebackers, for everybody on the field.
He'll try it again on 2nd and 10. Here comes the heat. Can't make the grab as he was going for 6 right there.
All right, you got to be careful here if you're the quarterback, right? Back-to-back incompletions. You've had a nice drive. You're still in field goal range, though. Think about this. You cannot take a sack. That has got to be what the play caller is reminding his quarterback about in the headsets right now. If it's not there, throw this thing away because we've got a chance to at least get 3 points here.
And sometimes I just feel like 4th down, man. Just go for it every time. Like the field goal miss-make rate. And listen, kickers have improved the last couple of years, but you left some points off the scoreboard there.
Pass is incomplete, and half comes to a close on that play. That's the end of the 2nd quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin and our halftime update. The Knowles will kick it away to start the 2nd half. The returner will field it and bring it back. He's bringing it out. And the returner will be knocked down. We're ready to get another look at this Bulldog offense. Let's see if they can keep that first half momentum rolling. Burrows his way for a couple. He's out to the 8th.
And I think this has probably been the most surprising thing of this game so far. This guy's one of the best running backs in the entire country. They just can't get him going. He's never been able to get into a rhythm. You got to give the defense so much credit because they have been able to shut this guy down. And they got to keep that up here in the 2nd half.
The throw to the outside is complete. He finds a little bit of room to operate. He goes out of bounds at the 12.
The defense has their hands full trying to stop this guy in the slot. They're going to have to figure something out to bracket him, try and get 2 bodies around him, maybe get some safety help as well, because right now they do not have the answer for this guy.
Didn't get much, picked up a yard, and that will leave them with 4th and 2. Georgia sends out the punt team. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. Fields the punt and looking for daylight. And the return man is stopped, and that'll leave it up to the offense on the next drive. Guys, here comes that Florida State offense back onto the field. The pressure is really on to put together a drive here, already down 21-zip. What a job up front, and he'll lose a yard on that one.
Just think such a big part of this offense is being physical and establishing the run game. They haven't had a lot of success offensively early in this one, and that's why right there, they're not able to get this guy going yet. That's got to change as this game goes on.
He scrambled forward and got a few and turned that into a positive play. And this offense can ill afford to come up empty on this drive, already trailing by multiple possessions. Dropping back, it's Sperry. And the Heat gets home. They knock him down back at the 45.
And this defense is just simply not playing around. They've got a big lead, and they're not playing big prevent coverages, bend, don't break. They're just going to let this offense dink and dunk the ball down the field and waste time. 3rd play of the drive, they get a sack. They're staying aggressive, and they're getting after this quarterback.
Breaks into the open. Not much of a 4th down gamble when it's that much of a sure thing. An easy conversion for this offense. They were willing to spin that wheel of fortune in their own territory, and it paid off.
And it came up good. I mean, I think you see the aggressiveness by these offenses now, willing to go for it on their own territory, and I like it because they got it.
And the Seminoles come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Looking to throw on 1st down. Unleashes one. He's got it. Now the connection takes it to the 11. This offense hasn't found the end zone yet. Starting to move, it's 1st and 10. Looking to throw on 1st down. Under fire. Driving its way all the way down to the 3-yard line.
He does a good job of scrambling around and trying to make a play, but I tell you what, you don't want to take too many shots like that. Those big hits, oof. If you get up now, you dang sure going to feel them later.
Going to work in the red zone, they can't pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. Trying play action. Grab near the sticks. It's Davis. Touchdown, no! They get it into the end zone to pay off that opportunity. Sometimes we ask coaches about halftime adjustments, and they go blah, 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 blah. But then sometimes they make some good ones.
Sometimes that blah, 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 blah actually works, but it's working now. But it might be too little too late, but at least you got the party started.
And in that scramble, they're going to come out of there with the football, and they get the onside kick and take possession right back. Okay, guys, the Florida State offense returns to the field. That was a big stop by the defense. Now to see if they can take advantage and draw a little closer in this game, as we're starting to get late. They finally get to him. What a play there to pick up the first down.
Nice job by the receiver on the back end there, too. He sees his quarterback on the run moving, and he just works to get himself open to give his guy a place to throw the football. They're able to connect, and they keep the drive going.
Big pickup on the ground here to keep this drive moving and give them a first down. The Seminoles looking to take advantage of this red zone trip. They're threatening to score, and they'll throw it. He's got it and still on his feet. That completion will take it inside the 4, and the offense is threatening. Looking for room. It's Perry. And he takes it in for a score. Touchdown, Florida State. He'll try to tack on one more. Follow the blockers. The offensive line will take you to the hallelujah land.
And I tell you what, most of the time, Reese, it requires a little bit of skill to find that hole and slither through a little crack. That was not a crack. That was wide open. Didn't take a lot of vision because the blocking was outstanding.
He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see what the call is. They were trying to steal a possession to draw a little closer in this game, but the ball didn't go 10 yards, so they'll take over the football with the lead. Offense with jumbo personnel. Linebackers moving, trying to confuse the quarterback. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain.
This offense is perfectly fine with a little game because they're going to make you tackle this all game long. They're going to make you think all game long. So they'll keep running it ad nauseum and just wait for that one opportunity when you don't do your assignment.
Back to pass on second down. Might be looking to run. Trying to get rid of it. Good job to toss that ball out of bounds and avoid the loss.
And we need more of this from this defense, man. They have let this guy have too much time to throw the football. They haven't gotten that jersey dirty yet, haven't sacked him. But this is just as good as a sack. Getting to him, hitting him, letting him feel the physicality of this game, and not letting him feel comfortable.
Trying to pick up the first out of the backfield. That's not quite going to be enough as they stop him 4 yards short of the marker. On fourth down, trying to find his man. Blasted as he lets it go. Got enough to move the sticks. First down from the 17.
And that's a play the defense has got to be able to make, guys, right there on fourth down. You're in the third quarter, second half. You're playing at home, and it's a close game. You've got a huge opportunity to seize momentum. You just get the feeling that that momentum is going to be a big factor here in the second half. Someone had to step up and make a play, and they just couldn't get it done.
Defense is there to make the stop, but he's got the first down, and they'll have it first and goal at the 6.
Yeah, I love that the QB understood I'm going to put some stank on this. I'm going to throw it as hard as I can quickly, right when he's breaking out of that curl. Nice job getting it to him quick so he could get a first down.
And the Dogs are rolling down the field. Trying to find the end zone. Touchdown, Georgia. And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house. This game must be moving so slowly for this quarterback. He sees everything 2 or 3 beats ahead.
Way ahead. I mean, it's been really, really easy. I better get some more hits on him. I better do something to make him feel uncomfortable. Because right now, it's just like, oh, you're running that? Yeah, that's easy. I mean, he's already read your mail. You better change the address, do something different.
And the ball will make it into the end zone. No return on that one for a touchback. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Looking for a man. It's Berry. Unloads to the wideout. Through his hands and incomplete. He normally makes that catch every time. It's 2nd down.
And that's one the offense just needs to be able to hit, right? That's a completion they should be able to hit in their sleep. Receivers got to do a better job.
Backed up now. Here's 2nd and long. Back in motion. Try to clear the picture. Second down, he'll throw it. They get to him as he throws. Incomplete thanks to the great defensive pressure there that sort of threw them out of rhythm. And this offense just can't afford not to get the first down here. Already trailing big, and the clock is not their friend. Quarterback making checks. On 3rd and long, he's going to have to throw for it. Oh, they're after him. And the pressure gets there. And down he goes at the 18.
And you could easily argue the biggest reason this team is trailing here in the second half is because they have not been able to protect their quarterback tonight. They've already given up 5 sacks in the game, and you just saw another one right there. This offensive line has had problems all night long.
They'll try to convert on 4th and long after giving up that big sack. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Intercepted. The defense has set him up.
I tell you what.
Oh my goodness. No. Yo.